Assault rifles are overrated. At least in PvP, since most maps are pretty small. And don't even bother using snipers or battle rifles unless you want to do 20 damage to a limb and die. But what if there was a tier of weapons perfect for PvP? A tier that's cost effective, has low recoil, and has insane RPM that'll vaporize anyone on the receiving end. Welcome to the SMG tier list video. We'll be going over every SMG in the game, including personal defense weapons, and ranking them on a tier list. The main factors contributing to the scores are cost, recoil, damage, and versatility. The rankings are pretty simple, ranking from S to F. Now let's get started on the first SMG that we'll be using as a baseline for this video. The MP5 is like a vanilla ice cream. Basic? Yes, but you can never call it bad. The recoil is easily manageable, and the gun does pretty well in mid to long range. With a base cost of 1400 cash, it has a fire rate of 800 RPM with an insane 121 headshot damage. A body shot is 62 damage, and a limb shot is 23 to 28 damage. This gun is a jack of all trades and is great for every situation. The only downside is that the gun doesn't get a suppressor, which does help with recoil by the way, though the recoil isn't even bad to begin with. The MP5 gets a solid B+, a decent place for a decent gun. The MP7 is also like a vanilla ice cream, but on top you add caramel and gold flakes for some reason. The cost of the MP7 is more than double of the MP5, at 3000 cash for the A1 variant and 3600 cash for the A2 variant. The recoil is slightly worse than the MP5 due to its 950 RPM, but it's still decently manageable thanks to the suppressor. A great benefit of using the MP7 is that you get an option for a 40 round mag, which I highly recommend using since the biggest downside of the MP7 is that the damage fucking sucks! Not only does it lack the one-tap potential due to its 82 headshot damage, but body shots are only 37 damage and limb shots do a measly 15 to 17 damage. Sometimes a vanilla ice cream is better without crappy toppings, and yes, caramel is a crappy topping, bite me. With all those factors combined, the MP7 is just a rich man's MP5 that does the job worse. This gun gets a B for being worse than the default somehow. The P90 is like a
butter pecan.
It's just a better vanilla. I'm sorry to say it. At the cost of, well, let's just use the wiki image and say it's 2500 cash. This gun has one of the lowest recoils in the game despite the 900 RPM. Don't let this graph fool you. Combined with the 50 round mag and a suppressor, the P90 shreds anyone at any range. With a headshot damage of 96 just shy of a one tap, body shots are 43 damage each, and limb shots are 17 to 21 damage each. I still prefer my MP5 over the P90, but let's be real, the P90 is just better. Overall, this gun gets an A tier since the weight doesn't affect gameplay anymore. But if it did, this would probably be not as effective because it'd be so fat. Hey, this is post-gameplay Dawson. They finally added a weight system 5 days ago. Bruh. I'll change the P90 to an A-, but still pretty good. Oh, the MP9. It's like a mint chocolate chip. Some people like it and some people hate it. But one thing for sure is that if you aren't prepared to taste mint, it'll surprise you pretty good. Just like how me telling you to subscribe will surprise. Nah, I'm not gonna waste more time. Just do it if you like the video. The most notable thing about the MP9 is the recoil and its 1100 RPM. Like, holy sh*, did you see that? And this was me trying to control it. The suppressor kinda helps with the recoil, and the MP9 becomes okay-ish to handle after using it for a while. Just play around with it first, so you're not shooting all the way up to the ceiling. The MP9 can be bought for 2350 cash, and offers similar stats to the MP5. A headshot is 116 damage, a body shot is 60 damage, and a limb shot is 22 to 27 damage. All I have to say is, despite its looks, it's really fun to use. Blasting someone at close range makes a pretty good jump scare. However, at mid to long range, it just simply isn't good, which places this gun at C tier. Everyone bow down to the PP2000. The PP2K is like a banana split. It's got everything you want. 3 different flavors, whipped cream, sprinkles, a cherry on top, and maybe some chocolate syrup too. Oh, right, we're talking about guns here. Anyways, the PP2000 can be bought for 1200 cash, making it the second cheapest gun on the list. In the entire game, this gun has the lowest recoil by far. Like, look at this. The damage stats are copy and pasted from the MP5, with the damage fall just barely being worse. It gets 121 headshot damage, 62 body shot damage, and 23 to 28 limb damage. And to top it all off, you get a suppressor and a 44 round mag option. Holy f***, this gun is broken. And nobody uses it for some reason. I don't know why. You can use it for literally anything. Close range, easy headshot. Long range, it's an automatic sniper rifle. I even slapped on a sniper scope on it and can still use it zoomed nearly all the way in. Why would you ever use an actual sniper? Devs, please never nerf this and let it keep its S+ rank. If this gun does get nerfed after the video, then at least give the MP5 a suppressor, man. Like, come on. The SR2 MP is like a mint chocolate chip, but with crushed Oreos on top, which is just... why? Again, some people love Oreos, but I don't really like them. Back to the actual gun. The SR2 MP can be bought for 2100 cash and has an RPM of 950. The SR2 MP's recoil is nearly identical to the MP9, being just slightly less harsh. This can be slightly mitigated by the suppressor. You should still practice before going into game with this. Otherwise, it's back to shooting the ceiling. The damage is nearly the same as the PP2K, with a headshot damage of 120, body shot damage of 62, and limb damage of 23 to 28. Honestly, I think that this is a glorified and overhyped Russian MP9. I'll give it a C+ for being somewhat more manageable than the MP9 in terms of recoil. Sorry to say, the PP2K is just better. I'll compare the UMP45 to cookies and cream. You know, that flavor that most people who like vanilla pick, so they don't want to seem super basic, even though it's actually just vanilla and cookie bits. People who pick the UMP45 look at the MP5 and go, wow, that's so unoriginal. My 45 ACP is way stronger. It's not by much. Despite only having 600 RPM and a suppressor, the UMP45 has more recoil than the MP7 for some reason. Yet again, the recoil graph just lies. This gun can be bought for a dirt cheap of 900 cash. It holds the most damage out of all the SMGs, with a headshot damage of 132, body shot damage at 66, and limb damage at 26 to 31. To put it simply, the gun lacks in recoil control and rate of fire, but kinda makes up for it in terms of damage and cost. It just feels awkward to use overall, like a knockoff PP2000. So this gun is getting a B- for being the poor man's MP5. And that wraps up this video. Here's the final results. If you want to check out the tier list yourself, there's a link in the description below. Maybe I'll do another tier list down the line. We'll have to see. One last thing I want to talk about before I go. I stream on Twitch now, usually around 4 PM EST. I also announced the streams on my Discord, which will be in the description as well. And if you need convincing on why you should watch my streams, here's some funny clips.
No, you can claim it. There you go.
Oh my god, we just wobble comboed it. Oh my god. They're shooting me. I see him, I'm going for it, I'm going to get shot. I'm doing it, I did it.
No,
He's three, shoot.
One guy is out.
Oh my god.
Hit with hat.
Their main protection,
Oh my
their
god.
L1 airstrike.
Oh my god. Direction.
That's all I have to say. Until next time, see ya. Or not, I don't know, I might flop dead or something.